Okay, welcome guys. My name is Heather Hope Reed and I am here. I'm here live to you. I'm a mindset and manifestation coach. I am the Millionaire Manifester on Facebook, which is where you're watching me right now. I plan to put these on my YouTube page. Sorry for the confusion. Hello. Hi guys. Hi. As soon as Okay, welcome everybody. Like I said, I'm going to post these replays on my YouTube channel, and so we can have them over there. I did 2 lives a couple weeks ago, and then somehow I disappeared. I don't know where I went, but apparently I've been busy. And so today I was really inspired to respond to a message I received. I received it like an hour ago. And but we're going to get into that a little bit. Hi guys. Hi Priyanka. Hi Lucy. Hello, hello. I was really inspired to come on. So, okay, let me just start off with saying, when you want inspiration, the universe, whatever we want to call it, let's just call it the universe, right? Or your reality. Let's say your reality. Your reality will give you things for inspiration. So ask for it. Ask for inspiration. Ask for, like, if you're feeling in a slump of creation, because we're creators, right? But we have days. We're human. That's the problem. We're human. That is the biggest problem we have, is that we're human. I'm joking, kind of. Let me know if you can hear me well. But this is what happens with me when I kind of feel like I'm not quite sure what I'm doing today. Actually, I've got like 15 things I could do every single day, different projects all over the place. It's crazy. But when I'm not quite sure, I swear to God, it is amazing how many people come out of the woodwork asking me questions and giving me this inspiration to where I need to go next. And so it happened again today, and I'm like, oh, I was so fired up on this one, guys. So if you read the caption, it says, today I received this message. I'm going to refresh my page on Facebook. Okay, so I was changing a little bit on my website, and I thought, hey, I'll just post it. You know, I don't post it that often about my coaching. And yes, I do have openings for coaching somewhere. I do. Hi, everyone. Okay, now I can see everybody's comments down here. And so I posted it. I got a bunch of messages, like, instantly, within 2 minutes of posting it. I got a couple of messages then, and I've had a few since. But one person wrote to me right after posting my link for my coaching, what it says in the, can you guys read it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Like a lot of people, I am broke. And I'm like, okay, so today's Monday. So, I've been fired up all morning about mindset. Fired up. Because you know what? I've got pet peeves. You guys do too. And of course, when you have a pet peeve, it's really what you focus on, you get more of, right? I don't even know where to start on this one. I didn't respond to the man because I'm trying to chill on it and see how I wanted to respond. But tell me, you guys, tell me, whether you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, tell me, what is the problem with sending basically a stranger? I'm a stranger to most of you. Maybe if you feel that way, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just this person on the internet posting several times a day about mindset and about manifesting and about how to talk and how to think and how to speak. Tell me in the comment section, what is wrong with sending me a message like this? And I mean, he's not the first. I get them. I get messages from people who tell me all sorts of things. Tell me what the problem is with that. I want to hear from you guys. I'm not even going to say anything until I get a response from you guys. This is what, I mean, I was already fired up this morning about mindset. I was fired up with people saying all kinds of things, labeling themselves all over the place as the reason why they can't get their work done. because I'm surrounded by business owners, and I don't necessarily only work with business owners. I work with everybody. But when I'm in other groups and other programs, which I am in, I hear a lot of people saying, I'm blocked. I am so blocked about this, blah, blah, blah. I've got imposter syndrome. That is such a buzz, right? Imposter syndrome. I mean, come on, guys. I hear it all the time, and oh, my poor husband. Oh, my Lord. That man is a saint to listen to me. But I went on this whole rampage for about probably 10 minutes about how the education system should throw out shit like algebra and bring in a class of mindset K through 12 and then onward for sure, but about mindset, about our thoughts, about how we think about ourselves. Because none of that happened. Maybe it does these days. Maybe it does in certain schools, but throw algebra out. My husband was I want to say math major, but he was a chemistry major, which is all stupid math, right? Stupid math. We don't need it. So I asked him, I'm like, throw out algebra, right? He goes, I think I used it one time. And I'm like, well, throw it out, right? Throw out all this crap that we don't need in school. That's a whole nother story, right? But that was my complaint this morning about people's mindset, and basically everybody, I wasn't going to go down this road, but I guess it's in my thoughts today. It's on my thoughts every day, of how everybody's like a walking abnormal psychology book, like no joke, right? No joke. And I'm utterly over it. So I'm going to start manifesting new people in my world that don't walk around like an abnormal psych book. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yes, I have ADHD. Fuck no, you don't. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's how I really feel. But my ADHD brain can't handle this. The shit that we see, the shit that we hear, see, listen to, all that, right? Our society has gone mad. I am going to manifest a new society for myself. I encourage you to do the same. Listen to Bashar. Bashar is really cool about the whole multiple universes, and like, you don't change the people around you, you just change yourself, right? So you end up on a new planet with the people that you want to work around, right? So anyway, total rampage all over the place here. So I was like, we need mindset classes from K through 12 and beyond for sure. Because how we talk to ourselves is so important. And if you go around, like I just came back, I dropped my husband off at work, and I was coming off the freeway, and I'm like, I am so sick of everybody walking around thinking that, Bashar, thinking that they suck, they are not worthy, they're not deserving, they're all kinds of things, right? One of my biggest things with my clients is self-concept, and walking around with your head held high, thinking good things about yourself, thinking highly of yourself. Let me read some of these. Yeah. Let me go back to Richard before I lose these comments. Yes, he affirmed he's broke, not allowing to receive. Absolutely. We're all creators. We are all completely creating our own reality. Yes, Nicole, welcome. I have ADHD, blah, blah, blah. I know. Bashar, Bashar. He's it's Daryl Inca channels Bashar. So it's just like Abraham Hicks, but he goes way out there. He's out there. I don't go out there with him. Like out there, like some far out stuff. I don't go that far. I don't. That's too much for me. Lucy, I think people don't feel heard and want confirmation on the way they see and feel things, and lost myself here. I think people don't feel heard and want confirmation on the way they say and feel things are right. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. Okay, one of the things, this is a fallacy. We'll get back to the original thought, but So I was a therapist for 12 years, I believe, and I retired in 2015. Thank God. Think myself. I'm thinking myself. Um, and the circumstances that came upon that I was able to leave. That was another rampage this morning event of that. But there's a fallacy, and I went down this rabbit hole as a therapist and as a person trying to find answers to my problems in my previous marriage of Nicole, we're gonna get there too. Oh my lord, it's an all-day event of things and people. I just need to go to another planet with less, so I need to stop focusing on it. That's all that is. Then I'll meet everybody there that doesn't do all that. Oh, validation. I want to kind of go on that Lucy's kind of thought there, because this is very well known that, and as a therapist, I was taught, right, to validate people's feelings, right? This is the thing, the empathy, validation, all that stuff. And I know most of you are Abraham Hicks fans. That's how you originally found me. And they talk about empathy, right? Not empathizing, because we don't want to take on other people's feelings, because we don't want to do that. We can have compassion towards each other, but we don't want to like go there with people. We don't want to sit in their stuff, right? But one of the things is validation, that we need validation from other people. So I was in I hate labels, guys. I freaking hate labels. And I used to have them and try to label everybody, right? I had an ex-husband who acted a certain way. I'm not even going to use labels. He acted a certain way based on whatever's going on in myself, because everyone is me pushed out and the world is my reflection, right? And I was craving validation from him, and I wasn't getting validation from him. And of course, that's like like one of the things of his labeled problem. And it drove me insane. It drove me to practically have another label on myself. I'm not using labels, but because I don't want to speak them. It's a sick cycle that people go through, and it's learned that we need to be validated from an outside source, outside of ourselves. And that's really where I'm going with that thought of like, no, please do not seek validation from anybody outside of yourself. Please don't, because you can't, you cannot, you can get validation from people, but don't need it. Self-concept is about loving yourself, liking yourself, and validating yourself. Like, all there is you. If you listen to Bashar, he says it's only you in a room. There's no one else. Your consciousness, and there's no one else. You've created everybody else in your world. So the whole validation seeking thing drove me mad. I had so many problems in the past. So we need to not seek outside validation. So let's go back to the original thought of this live. So yeah, Richard said it of why. Okay, so my question is, why would a person need to reach out to another person who's just putting out her way of, her business, so I can help people, right? I'm here to help you guys. Because I love doing it. Why? Tell me, what do you think? Why does somebody feel the need, and hopefully he joins us on this live, to reach out and say, like many others, what did he say? I don't even know. Like a lot of people, right? Lots of people. I am broke. Why? Tell me, why does somebody need... Oh, let's go back to Nicole's comment. Yeah, these are just examples, people. So if you're reading people's comments, just know that they're giving me what other people say. Not, these are what they say. So these are like what other people say all the time. It's because of my trauma. I'm sick to death of trauma being an excuse of why you can't have money or health or literally anything. It's not an end to of it. It's absolutely 100%. Trauma should be thrown out of vocabularies of most people. Trauma should literally come out of the mouth of a therapist or a doctor, period. Coaches use it way the fuck too much. It's been an issue of mine once I went into coaching. Holy hell. That was shocking. All the labels and things that coaches use. Now, there's a lot of coaches that are therapists too, but still, things became way too mainstream. And so everybody's walking around like an abnormal psych book. Seriously. Let me find another label I can put on myself to give myself an excuse as why I don't need to do anything or be more, or I don't know. It doesn't matter, right? Absolutely agree with you, Nicole. There's a lot of words I try not to use because they're just completely overused. Trauma is one. Narcissism was one. That's one I was trying to avoid earlier. So why do you think somebody needs to share that they are broke? Like lots of people, right? Okay. I don't care why somebody needs to share that. I don't care about the why most of the time. So unless the person cannot get through something, then we start exploring why. Usually. But a lot of times you can just move past it and stop saying it. Hi, Elizabeth. Absolutely. Walking around like abnormal psych books. Why do you think I went into psychology? Well, my family was fucking crazy. I mean, do we want to use the word crazy? I don't know. So, anyway, I got into psychology because I had to figure out what was wrong with people in my life. And then the other reason why I went into be a therapist is because people said, oh, you're a good listener. Well, I listened to their garbage, right? So I might as well get paid for it. That is how I feel. Like if I'm going to listen to somebody's stuff, I want to get paid for it. But I don't want to listen to it anymore. I don't listen to it. I don't listen to people's crap. I just don't. As a coach, my clients know we're not getting into it. We're not getting into all of your stuff because we don't need to. That's the thing. Oh, so I was on this call this morning from a bigger coach, whatever. A coach on YouTube. He's doing like a beta course. Maybe some of you are actually in it because he's got like 10,000 people in it. It was fine. It's all about mindset, blah, blah, blah. Stepping into your greatness and all this good stuff is great. Whatever. At the end, one of the people said, this is when I cut out. I was done. I was like done anyway. But he said, you're always going to be healing. You're never going to be healed. I was done. I was done. You don't need healing. That is my opinion. You don't need healing. You think you need healing because you're walking around like an abnormal psych book. You think you need healing because people are telling you need to heal. You don't need to heal. You need to stop reading the fucking books and stop reading the articles of why you feel a certain way and actually focus on what you want to feel like. You need to focus on what it is, and you need to not listen to other humans who don't know what the hell they're talking about. So my poor husband, right, saint of a man, listened to me this morning, but I probably went off for about a half hour about all of these subjects. One of them being the blind leading the blind in the psych field. The blind leading the blind. Do you really think your therapists are all that sane? They're not. Most of them are not. I worked with many of them. Holy hell. They were all on medication. Every single one of them was on medication, even heavy psych meds. They're all on psych meds. But they're on heavy psych meds and having issues struggling themselves. And one of the reasons why therapists do struggle is because they're sitting listening to people's troubles all day long. And then I hear, like, even coaches who deal with trauma, I hear it from them too. And I'm like, I'm sitting here shaking my head like, you can't pay me enough to listen to other people's traumas all day. You can't pay me enough because money does not matter to me. My mental health matters more than anything in this world because I had major depression for 25 years, wanted to not live for 25 years every single day. Money doesn't matter to me. My mental health matters to me. Anyway, the tangents today. So, what you say or who you say you are is who you are. You are the God of your reality. You are the extension of source energy. You are the God, however you want to say it, you are. In this moment, you claim who you are. You claim. I helped this one coach this morning. She's launching a membership, and I was asking about it because I want to join it. I actually want to join her membership, and it's nothing about this stuff. And she was talking about all these issues. And I said, look, this is my specialty. Mindset is my specialty. This is what you need to do. Because I was sick of listening to it. I was sick of it. I was like, okay, you're showing me who you are right now. Maybe I don't want to join your membership. Because I told her, I said, I was asking about it too, but I told her how to be, like she was talking about imposter syndrome and blocks. And I said, if you could say that you no longer have blocks, you will no longer have blocks. It is that simple, but you have to keep saying it. You can't keep saying that I have blocks. You can't keep saying that you're broke. You can't keep saying that you're stuck. You can't keep saying that you have trauma. You can't keep saying it. You just can't. There's no point in saying it. Like, why? What is the point, right? What's the point? For sympathy? Fuck that. Who the hell wants sympathy for troubles? You know what I mean? Lots of people do. It's a really bad attention getting strategy. You get not good attention. So I told her, look, if you would stop saying that you have blocks and say that you no longer have blocks and no longer have imposter syndrome, you will not have those issues anymore. And she's like, that is exactly what I needed to hear. I'm like, well, great. Can we get on with this membership now, please? And then I was asking actually more about it because I'm like, I am incredibly picky about who I spend my time with. I'm very picky about my friends. I'm very picky about my circle because what I don't want is poor mindset people around me because I'm sick of it, right? I'm sick of it, right? I'm sick of the people saying, this is triggering my anxiety. I'm like, holy hell. People talk about their labels like it's a whole nother person, like it's a whole extension of their personality. And I'm like, your anxiety is not a whole person. It's not like your Siamese twin. Do you have a Siamese twin? Is it called anxiety? Because no, cut that shit off. Like, cut it off. Like, it's stupid. You know what I mean? No offense to anybody who does that. I'm just telling you that you are the God of your freaking reality. You are the creator. Abraham says it, Bashar, everybody tells you that you are the creator of your reality. Whatever you say goes. In that very moment, time is elusive. I banned somebody off my page yesterday. Oh my gosh. Apparently the mornings are like my time to get like annoyed with the world. But we're working on it. I'm still a work in progress. But even though I do affirm that I'm perfect, I do. I highly recommend saying that stuff. Affirm that you're perfect. Affirm that whatever you need to affirm. If you feel like you need to heal, affirm that you are healed. Affirm all the things you need to affirm. Affirm all the things you need to affirm. Keep affirming it until you feel better. And it will go away. So, the thing about people who message me these sort of messages, a couple things. Usually I tell them or ask them, do you read my page? Like, do you read my posts? Do you read, like, I post this stuff. I don't hold anything back. Everything Everything's on my page. Everything's there. Read it for, several weeks. Go back several weeks. Read everything. It's all there. Everything, how to manifest, it's all there. So, first of all, does that person read my post? And then does he do the work? He's not doing the work, because why would he message me saying lots of people, he's broke? So, anybody have any questions? Anything that you need help with while I'm here? I do have a call tonight. I do have my membership coaching call tonight at 5 o'clock. We're going to talk about stepping into greatness. But whatever you say goes. Oh, yesterday. I had posted something about time. It wasn't even about, let me see what the post was about. Where is it? Oh, once you've asked, then you expect. Very simple post. And then I wrote, keep expecting it. Your expectation will make it so. She wrote something. I deleted it. I was in a mood. Occasionally I get a little snarky with people because they tell me stuff and I'm like, She said something. She said, remember, people, time, it takes like years. She said something about time. Things take years and blah, blah, blah. And I asked her, I said, time only exists now. Something like that. I don't know. Something like that. And she's like, question marks, like, what do you mean? And I'm like, obviously you don't know. Goodbye. And I was just like, occasionally that happens. Because, I don't know. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions before I jump off. I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel at some point this week. I'm going to come live again soon. I want to come live daily for a while. Lucy, knowing to step away from negative, always find the positive in the negative. I learned this leadership and personal life. Hope you have a wonderful evening and something that will make you smile and happy. Thank you. These lives make me happy. My coaching sessions make me really happy. That's why I do it. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, what you say is what goes. So if you say you're broke, that is your reality and it will not change. So that's the problem. Like, if you continue to say that you're broke, your reality will never change. It will never change. So, but fill in the blank. Well, your reality won't change about money, right? So fill in the blank. I am, fill in the blank. What is I am? Pay attention to what you're saying I am to. I mean, I have a hard time keeping Facebook friends, I'll tell you, because people are, they write a lot of stuff, right? So a lot of times I have to snooze people for a little while because when I scroll Facebook, I'm like, I don't want to read everybody's like issues all the time. You know what I mean? A lot of people share a lot of things that I would keep quiet, like really personal stuff, really like graphic stuff. I'm like, why? There's always a gold in every scenario, whether good or bad. Yeah. I highly recommend watching Michael Jordan's docuseries called The Last Dance. One of my favorite things to do is watch like autobiographies or movie biographies about especially athletes, but about people who are top in their game. So like Michael Jordan, we went to see 2 movies last week. One was about George Foreman, and the other one was the Michael Jordan story of signing with Nike. But I love listening to their mindset. So that's something that Michael Jordan has always done, is turn every possibly seeming negative situation into a good meaning. Even the tragic death of or murder of his father, he had to spin that, because how could he be the greatest of all time in basketball on that court with having a solid mindset? So he's one of those people who's not walking around saying my anxiety is being triggered. He's one of those people that's like, I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest, right? Thinking that way. Now, he was a lot arrogant on the court. He wasn't easy to play against because he had such a rock solid mindset. People with rock solid mindsets rarely get jolted by people or things. They rarely get triggered because they know themselves and they know this is bullshit. You're like, this is whatever. But when you know about reality creation, you also know that people are always reflecting back what you're thinking. So why not think really the best thoughts about yourself every single day? Because it will get reflected back. Everybody's going to reflect back, oh my God, you're so amazing. I love your work. I love what you do. I love whatever it is. People will reflect that back. Bashar talks about how life is neutral, like everything, like nothing has meaning. And so nothing is good or bad. Like there's a person that I'm Facebook friends with that was talking about there's good and bad in everything, and I highly disagree. That's just philosophy. Oh, people talking about, like, I talk about like people who grab psychology books and then like become all of that. Also philosophy too, or other humans and what they think is not always true. Like you can make anything true, but is it good? So Bashar talks about everything having a neutral meaning or no meaning. And that so everything that happens in your life, you make it mean something good for you. So the point of that is that when you label something as bad or negative for you in your life, it will have that result. So even if other people would judge something as being negative, if you would judge it as, for some reason, this is working out for me, this is going to work out for me, this is going to be good, it will have a positive outcome, no matter what it is. But if you label something as negative or bad, it will have that result for you. But you can change it at any time, because there's only now, right? Time is only right now. So anyway, what you say I am to is what you are in every moment. So if you say I can't even think of anything negative, guys. It's really hard because I only focus on positive things. I go through lists of affirmations every single morning of my self-concept every single morning. And my own clients know not to say a whole lot of things. They focus on the positives. They focus on. They don't sit in the old story. My clients don't do that. If they do, occasionally they do. Occasionally they do sit in the negative, but guess what? The old negative story. They sit in it, but guess what? Their life never changes. The ones that don't focus on on the old story that they want to change, if they don't focus on that story and they focus on the new story, their life changes. See how that works? And I'm just here to be a reminder of that. I remind my clients daily how powerful they are. I remind them to stick with the focus of their new story. I remind them. So the thing about, one of the things about money in particular is, so the guy that messaged me that I am broke, this is my one tip of money and speaking to others. There should be not a single person in your life that even remotely thinks you're broke. Try that on for size. Does that make sense? So Nobody should ever know that how much money you have unless you have a lot. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, nobody ever knows. Nobody should ever know through your languaging. So, I'm broke until payday never should be ever spoken. I don't care if you're trying to relate to people. You can relate to them on other subjects, but not with money. Don't do it with money. Relate with them on stupid TV shows you watch. Like, seriously. Shit that doesn't matter, relate to people with. Or good things, right? Or like, oh my God, I got a raise too. That's awesome. Or I got a promotion too. Awesome. My kids made honor roll too. Oh my gosh. Good stuff. But about money, oh yeah. Because it's a joke. Everybody thinks it's a joke. Everybody's laughing about how, like, they don't have any money. They have to wait till payday, or it's just always this way, or things are always expensive, or inflation, or oh my God, the cost of eggs, or the gas, or whatever, right? There's always something. And people, like, on social media, friends do this to each other of like, ha ha ha, ha, we're all in the same boat. No. Get off that boat because it's going to sink. So, in my opinion, nobody should ever know your financial status. Unless you're dripping with money and then you're out buying Mercedes and Porsches and all that, which is fine. I'm all for that. I'm all for it. Don't be humble. Abraham Hicks tells us not to be humble because that's just putting ourselves down, basically, right? We have to lift ourselves up. So nobody should ever know about your financial situation because that means you're telling the story of it, right? Nobody needs to know anything about your money story. Does that make sense? Like, nobody should know. Because if they know, so now I know this random stranger, I want to call him a stranger, but he probably follows me. I don't know. But to me, I don't know who this guy is, and I know that he's broke. Like, why should I know that this guy is broke? You know what I mean? Like, how does that make sense? I don't make it make sense, right? I don't need to know. But why tell me? It makes a lot of sense. Make it make sense, guys, to tell a random stranger on the internet. And people do this all the time, right? To actually message them is really beyond me. But I know I create my own reality. I say this about 1,000 times. No, maybe not 1,000. That's a lot. I say it probably 25 times a day, guys. Like, as soon as I complain about something, I tell myself, my husband hears me all the time, but I create my own reality, so I did it to myself. I say I take responsibility for everything that happens in my life because I'm the creator. So because I complain about it, because I'm sitting here complaining about it, right? I'm speaking about it. I'll get more of it. Complain about stupid stuff that doesn't really hinder your life. Don't complain about money. Don't complain about, and I catch myself occasionally complaining about things costing a certain amount or something. Occasionally. When something like hits me and I'm like, what? But, but don't joke about money. Unless you're like, oh my God, I don't know, like Abraham tells us, I don't know where to store all my money. I have so much money. But then you don't want to say that to people either. You know what I mean? We don't want to go around acting like a certain type of person. We want to be good people, I think. We're all good people. So we want to just be like, yeah, life is good. In our head, we can be like, or alone or with your spouse, you can be like, oh my God, we don't even know what to do with all this money. Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Complain about that stuff. Complain about where you're going to put your investments in. And do it before it shows up, right? Speak it into existence. Joke about how, oh my God, what do you do with money? I had to go through that a few years ago. Abraham showed this, said this one thing of like, what are you going to do when you have all this money? When you realize that you can't put millions and millions of dollars in a savings account. You can't do it. You can't do it. You're not insured, right? So you have to figure out, what do rich people do with their money? I had to learn that lesson. What do rich people do with their money? They sink it in real estate, like large amounts of money. That's why like Arabs in Dubai, or anywhere sink money into $20 million apartments in New York that they never visit. You know what I mean? Like things like that. They have to put their money somewhere so then they don't have to worry about it. So that makes it, that's it's an interesting thing to learn. But if you spent your time, I'm only speaking to a few people here. If you spent your time trying to figure out where to put your, I want to say imaginary, but I don't want to say that. Put your millions, we're just going to call it your millions. If you spent your time trying to figure out where to put your millions instead of complaining about being broke, you would have millions, right? So where are you going to put your millions? Because you can't put it in the bank. You might have to have many, 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 many bank accounts. You have to sink it somewhere. You have to put it in the stock market or wherever you want to put it. Then you look into like life insurance policies that people like, where do like millionaires and billionaires stick their money? I mean, these are things you're going to have to figure out, right? These are better things to think about than telling me, some stranger on the internet, that you're broke. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's just weird. That's just weird in my opinion. But Matt says, no matter what my situation is, I'm always a millionaire. I'm always a millionaire. I always have millions. I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it. I have bought so many cars. I've bought so many houses. I've got cars at every house. I have to hire managers to manage all of these properties and to manage. Don't worry about all that. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. You'll hire people to worry about that stuff or to take care of it. Nobody's worried about anything, right? Don't get rid of that word, worried, even about good things. You'll hire people to take care of everything for you, so you don't have to deal with it. Yeah, because you have to register your car. Like Esther talks about this, or Abraham did about Esther, about having several cars, and then they were all registered in Texas, so then she'd have to transport them back to Texas for an actual inspection. And it's like, then she realized that it was a lot of work. And I'm like, then you hire somebody to do that. Like, you don't have to do everything yourself. That's a whole nother belief system, right? You have to do everything yourself. You don't. You can hire anybody to do these things. Don't worry about it. You're worried. Well, you don't have to worry about the money even, because you're going to hire a really good financial planner. We have one in my membership. I have a longtime client of mine, financial. Yeah. Sometimes you could worry about good things. Like, sometimes it kind of works with, like, we're not going to go there, but you could worry about good things happening, and then they'll show up, and you're like, it's kind of, I almost want to say it's like a hack for good things to be manifested, but it's not a big deal. But worry brings nothing but more worry. Yeah, so whatever you focus on, you get more of, and every moment is a brand new moment, so you don't have to keep, like, if you just pivot to another subject and focus on a good subject that you are manifesting, or that you want to manifest, or you are thinking about your millions, you're thinking about who or what you're going to buy next, anything like that, because your imagination is real, right? Your imagination is the coming attractions to your life. I work with a lot of people who are manifesting lottery wins, and I've been reading or listening to the audiobook from Eddie Coronado. He's a lottery winner, and he's written a lot of books on Amazon. But I'm listening to 3 of his books, or I listened to one so far about 4 lottery winners, like stories of and what they did. And so I wrote this post a couple days ago. It was a rant. Once in a while I'll post something that I'm just like annoyed with. I spin it so it's always good. It's always good. Let me go back to that post. Where did it go, guys? Oh, the action. I need to do a whole nother live on this one. The action that people say you have to do. Okay, so as I'm putting together, I started talking about it a couple weeks ago. I'm putting together another membership for kind of a beginner level of like making sure people are on board with that Your Thoughts Create and working on self-concept. It's a $7 a month membership. So as I'm putting that together, I'm putting together planners and worksheets and all that stuff for this group. So I'm putting together some planners, but I'm taking some inspiration from other planners that you can buy online. One of the things I'm keep coming across is, okay, so you're doing the intentions, the affirmations, or your goals, whatever it is. These are law of attraction or manifestation planners. One of the things I keep seeing, and this is prevalent in law of attraction, is, okay, so we have our intentions, we have what we want, our goals, right? What do you want to manifest? You write that down. Okay, write some affirmations, gratitude, whatever, right? Then, I see this all the time. How are you going to manifest it? I'm like, what the fuck are you asking me that question? Like, that's a dumb question. And anybody who says, okay, now how are you going to manifest it? I'm like, the fuck I know? Like, seriously. The other question they ask, what are the inspired steps you're going to take to make this happen or to manifest this? Tell me how wrong this is on so many levels. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand. So my thing was the action people say you have to take in order to manifest is this: visualize, affirm, script. I throw in clean mental diet because the only people who talk about clean mental diets are law of assumption coaches, which I consider myself to be one. But people don't really talk about clean mental diet in law of attraction world. Clean mental diet is all your freaking thoughts in between all the things you're visualizing, affirming, and scripting. What are all the other 18 hours of the day? What are you thinking about? I've been there, done that, did not work. So clean mental diet. So those are the how. So how are you going to manifest it? Well, I'm going to visualize. I'm going to affirm. I'm going to have a clean mental diet. I'm going to script. I'm going to do whatever the things I want to do to remind myself, yes, that I already have it, right? Matt says it. The action is the belief that we already have what we want. Yes, that's the action. So there's people, tons of people, that say, you just can't sit on the couch and do nothing. And you have to work hard. You have to go out. These are law of attraction people. All over the place. They said, oh, the misconception is that you still have to do the work. I'm like, well, then where is the universe coming in? Why are we calling about, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? So this is where a lot of people, this is like a whole nother live in itself, but of personal development, the personal development field, mixing in with the law of attraction field, or I like calling it manifestation, the manifestation world. Throw in the psychology people, because I've worked with lots of, oh my goodness, I have so many lives I could say right now, but I've worked with a lot of law of attraction coaches, guys, who did not know how to manifest. None of them did. Not one of them, not one of them truly knew how to manifest. Because when you work with somebody, you know where they're at, right? A lot of law of attraction coaches come to me to learn how to manifest. And then I see them try to get clients. It never works. Because they don't know how to manifest. So you're not doing nothing, right? Matt's saying it right here. The work was the asking, incorporating the feeling, and then believe that it is yours. Yes, the action is reading the material. The action is learning. The action is whatever. But if you want my 10-step plan on how I'm going to do it, I don't know. Because if anybody's asking you the how in that way, just know for a fact that they don't know anything about manifesting. They think they know, but they don't. That's how you know to run. That's how you know, just run, go away, just goodbye. Because they don't know what they're talking about. I posted something, it was a video in my membership about, it's one of the chapters in one of Neville Goddard's books about like thinking that you have to do something is wrong or something. Anyway, but if anybody's asking you the how, and to take inspired action daily, yeah, we don't need to know. We don't have the capability of knowing. We don't, right? We're the humans with the human mind that's extremely limited to even understand any of this, really, right? So our higher mind, so what do? We get the heck out of the way for the higher mind to guide us. Our higher mind, whatever, our higher self, whatever you call it, to guide us to it. What do? We take the inspired, what do? We live life, we be happy, we think good thoughts, we visualize, we script, we do whatever feels good. But going back to the lottery winners, you know what they all had in common? The 4 that he talked about, including himself, they all visualized. They all visualized themselves in the end, right? The end, like Neville Goddard talks about, they visualized themselves either holding that check and how that felt, and they did it for, several seconds at a time, several times a day. That's what they did. They all did it. I'm a huge proponent of visualization. I don't even talk about it that often, but I am. Visualizing, scripting, meditating to release resistance, good stuff, right? But mental diet is so important. All those thoughts that you think in between your visualizations are so important. So you line up your thoughts to the end goal. Like, I love that I make $30,000 a month. I don't go around telling people I'm broke. Like, what is that going to accomplish? No, I'm affirming that I make $30,000 a month and more, right? They all bought tickets, yeah. It felt like winners. I have difficulty visualizing, but I feel the win. Good. Good. Abraham says that scripting is really, really powerful. They like us writing it down more than affirming, but, it's all good, right? They all bought tickets. Absolutely. Like, for my whole life, I knew I was going to win the lottery. But then I stopped. When I moved to California, I kind of forgot to buy, I wasn't buying tickets anymore. And then when I affirmed that I'm going to be a lottery winner, I'm like, well, how are you going to do that? Well, I don't necessarily believe that you have to buy the tickets, right? My husband gets gifted tickets all the time. So I know that it could come from somewhere else if I really was paying attention to how I felt about winning the lottery. But when I don't buy tickets, I do have that thought of you do have to buy tickets sometime, Heather. So I started buying tickets here and there. But okay. So I think I'm going to jump off because I have about an hour before my next call. But I did post about having some room for some coaching clients. So the link is somewhere on my page. I am opening up my membership soon, so look out for that. It's only $7 a month, and it's going to have this stuff in there. You'll see. So let me scroll back up and see if there's any other comments. Let's see. No, I think that was it. Okay, so I'm going to put the replay on my YouTube channel. I did start another podcast. I only have one episode. So I need to make some time to do some more episodes and put that on my YouTube channel as well. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm glad you liked the book. The funny thing about the book is so often because I take a picture of each page, as you know, and I do it once a week. I take pictures of for the whole week, and I don't read those pages until the morning of posting it. And so often that message that's there coincides with my life in that moment. It's really funny. And I wrote this book like 3 years ago. So, but, but one of the ways that I like using it is just opening it up when I feel inspired to any page, or if I have like a date in my mind or a birthday or something, and just opening it up. It like really works well for sending you a message when you most need it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to try to go live more often this week for sure. It's probably my most favorite thing to do other than actual coaching calls. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye, guys.